Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, March 29th, 2016, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Uh, Today was a good example of why I keep saying trading this system is not for the faint of heart. Today was just really unbelievable, and yeah, I did a little sweating. It was wild, and it started out horrible and then ended on a very positive note. I had complained to you yesterday about our Soon position, that is Sun Edison, and I knew in the aftermarket we were in big trouble with this position. It was way down, but even as far down as it was in the aftermarket, it opened even lower. Um, Soon fell. We had bought Soon, I think. Oh, yeah, $1.40 or something like that. And to give you some idea, it fell to 55 cents today. We got out before that. But anyway, we got hacked to death and soon to the tune of over $17,000. A day that starts out that way um, doesn't usually end up looking pretty good, but today it happened, and I'll show you some of those individual charts in just a second. But let's look at the Dow, because the Dow is really interesting today. I was complaining yesterday about the lack of volatility uh, in these markets, and boy, we got the volatility back today. The Dow opened up quite negative and put in what is an absolutely classic bull spike down here, and then it just rallied. It got up to here to basically, almost unchanged, and it kind of like it went to sleep again, and I thought, yeah, nothing's going to happen. And then it really explodes here. It gets up to this red resistance line, pulls back, and then punches through it, and then comes back and closes right on it. And it's very interesting here if you look back where the high of the Dow here is today, and we can go back, and that's exactly where the high was on the 22nd and the 21st. So we stopped here pretty much at a resistance area. By the way, the Dow finished up 98 points today. Officially, it closed up 98 points. Um, you know, it is at a resistance point, but I'm definitely going to call it up for tomorrow. I think this bull spike would certainly suggest some follow through at least into a second day and maybe even a third day. Yeah, I'm definitely going to call it up for tomorrow. Now, what happened today, as I say, after being killed for in just one single trade for over $17,000, we started piling on positions like you wouldn't believe today. We got into 26 new positions. 19 of those positions are positive. And we are carrying almost as much in open trade going into tomorrow that we lost on that horrible Soon trade. So, like, we're almost at break even. Unbelievable. But we're holding our equity now in 26 positions. So we definitely want some follow through tomorrow and get out of those, at least with what we're holding, a positive right now. And hopefully we'll get one of those kinds of openings where we see our equity double. I mean, it's happened. We've seen it triple. So if we could get that kind of opening tomorrow, hey, we're going to do real well in spite of this nightmarish thing we experienced in Soon today. It's interesting that of these 26 positions, we don't have anything that's big. I mean, oftentimes we get these big days where we'll have like a $10,000 trade, even a $14,000 trade, or something like that. Our biggest trade is $2.7 thousand dollars. That's it. We have just a whole pile of trades that are positive in the $1,000 to $2,000 range. So, some ways that's kind of good because we're not putting all our eggs in one basket. Anyway, let me show you. I'll show you three charts, but let's look at the turd first. This is um, Soon SunEdison. We bought that yesterday on the pop, and initially it went profitable on us, and then it started to slide all day. I was complaining yesterday on the video because we were down over $4,000 on that. Huh. Look at where this thing opens this morning. It just whammo. And, you know, in spite of the fact we were absolutely killed to the tune of over 17,000, we were just damn lucky. We got out of this thing at about 86, 87 or something like that. And that was a high tick of the day. And it just was down, down, down all day. Ended up closing down or closing at 55 cents. You can see what happened here. From the high up here, which I think was around $1.50, all the way down to 55 cents. Well, SunEdison is most certainly, but by the way, the volume on this was huge, absolutely huge. I read that there's one person that sold something like, I don't know, $6 million worth of stock at a crack here. I mean, there's just tons of volume, selling, 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 and I couldn't believe it on StockTwits. There's still people talking about buying this down here. This is really a good place to buy, a good place to pay. Well, I think the company is going to be delisted. It's going bankrupt. You know, there's no point of buying anything that is low if it's not worth anything. So, I am flushing this turd, and we are not going to trade it anymore. I'm sorry I ever got involved with it in the first place, but anyway, we're out of Soon for good. Thank goodness. Anyway, okay. Now, I'll just show you a couple representative trades. This is actually the largest trade we had today, and it's in Sempra. And this, I mean, yeah, nice trade. Look, you know, halfway through the day we buy it, it keeps going, closes near its high. This is very typical of the positions that we took today, but we're only up $2.7 thousand on that. And that's the biggest trade. As I say, we don't have any big ones. Just a lot of nice, moderately good trades. And I'll show you just one more of those. This is, again, we're buying this actually, you know, after the first half of the day we're getting in. This is PHCB, Pacific Biosciences of California. And this closes almost on its high. But we're still only holding $1.6 thousand positive in PACB. What we have here is 26 positions with just a whole bunch of them in the $1,000 to $2,000 range. So we really want to see this overall market open strong tomorrow. If it does that, we get out of all this, we could double our profits, we could triple our profits. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's definitely possible. And we got a boatload here. So we really want to take our profits and forget SunEdison, forget it forever. Anyway, so I don't consider this a bad day. I'm really up. I'm excited. Anyway, this is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday.